Hi, my name is Kerry Holzman. I'm the co-host of the free podcast Tech Vets. It's available at www.tech-vets.com. In between the videos, if you want to get more information about being a computer tech and what it's like to run a computer repair business, check out my podcast. We've got about, at this point, about 90 episodes or so that are already done, and you can go all the way back to number 1 if you want and listen to those shows if you're jonesing for more information from me, and I am in between videos. So be sure and check those out. I wanted to do an update on gaming systems. Hardware changes very quickly in this industry, and today in the mail, literally today, I got the December 2012 edition of Maximum PC magazine. So of all the computer magazines out there, this is the only one that I really like, and it's the only one I subscribe to. Now it's not really for beginners, and a lot of my videos are for beginners, but what I'm going to do here in this video is make it for beginners. The title of this particular edition of Maximum PC magazine is called Best Bang for Your Buck. Part by part, we identify the price-performance sweet spot for a gaming system. So I'm going to show you what these parts are, and remember now, this is based on this is the middle of October of 2012. This is the December edition, and the prices and the parts that I mentioned are all based on this period in time. Okay, so if you're watching this video years from now, don't be surprised if these parts aren't available anymore, they've been obsolete, or the prices have gone up or down depending on what happens in the market in the future. So let's get started. For the best bang for the buck, according to Maximum PC magazine, they start with the Intel Core i5 3570K, and there's a lot of people who will say, yeah, what about AMD? And Maximum PC actually addresses why they're recommending the Intel chip and not the AMD chip. And here's what they had to say. We know, why no AMD? To tell you the truth, we love AMD parts. The K6-2 was a spry chip. The Athlon saw David slay Goliath, and the Athlon XP repeatedly made a mockery of the Pentium 4 during its run. The Athlon 64 and Athlon 64X2 were such stunningly fast chips that we didn't see an Intel-based system for review for more than a year. See, we recognize AMD's glory days, but today it's a different story. Intel firmly controls the high ground, middle ground, and would have run AMD out of the low ground if it wasn't so fixated on the ARM-based CPUs today. Don't get us wrong, an AMD chip would be great in an entry-level box, but when the company's fastest 8-core processor can barely outbox Intel's last generation quad-core without hyper-threading enabled, mind you, it's hard to see a place for AMD processors except in the entry-level arena. So this isn't about building an entry-level PC, this is about building a best bang for the buck PC. A $1,200 computer. All right, so $1,200 will get you the sweet spot of something that's not going to depreciate to half its value in 6 months, and at the same time isn't going to need to be upgraded in 6 months because you bought the bottom, the entry-level stuff. So, for a video card, that's the big thing. What are they recommending? Maximum PC is recommending the GeForce GTX 660. If you want to know the reasons why Maximum PC selected these parts, I'm not going to read all this. You can certainly pick up the magazine, or you can eventually be able to download it for free. They make all their magazines available for free after a couple of months after they've been released as PDFs on their website. I'll have a link to that in the show notes below, in the video notes. For the motherboard, they're recommending a Gigabyte Z77X-UP4TH. Well, that just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? For the hard drive, they're recommending a Crucial M4 256 gig solid-state drive. It's got 400 megabytes per second reads and 250 megabyte per second writes, and it's less than $200. They're also recommending a regular hard drive, the Seagate Barracuda 3 terabyte drive. They say it's not only the best drive out there, best mechanical drive, but it's also the best value at 4.6 cents per gigabyte. The 3 terabyte drive, by the way, isn't going to work in XP, but we should be past that now at this point. If you're a gamer, you're probably running Windows 7, or when you're watching this video, Windows 8. For the case, they like the NZXT Phantom 410. They feel there's no need to pay more for a solid enclosure. For RAM, they recommend 8 gigs of DDR3 1600 or DDR3 1866. They believe the sweet place to be is in dual channel mode. For a CPU cooler, they like the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. They believe the best cooler for the coin, as they phrased it, that they've ever tested. For the power supply, they're recommending a Corsair CX600. Buy just enough power supply for your needs. What they're not including is an operating system. Apparently, they're assuming that you've already got that. So all these parts added up, as of the time that this went to press, was under $1,200, and that reflects costs at both Newegg and Amazon at the time, as I mentioned, that this went to press. So hopefully that'll help some of you out if you're looking for a best bang for the buck system. This video is perishable, which means the value of the information here will only last a couple of months before there'll be a better bang for the buck. But for right now, this is the latest information. I wanted to get it out to you right away because of that. All the links to all the parts in the video notes below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.